Hello guys, so here in this video we are going to discuss about how we can assign the elastic IP address, right, to the created EC2 instance. So for that, let me go first the EC2 instance. Okay, and right here we will come to EC2 dashboard here, and you can see here we are having currently two running instance what we have just created in the last video. So let me go ahead and inside it. So here you can see we are having two running instance right here. So before proceeding to the next, for like more description, first I would like you guys to request, like, please subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed yet, so that you can get all the latest videos whatever I will upload. Okay, so here you can see we are having two instance. So what we will do, like, we already have like we have not assigned any elastic IP address currently. So you can see here there is no elastic IP address assigned to the instance what we have created. So what we need to do, we need to assign IP address, but before proceeding to assigning the elastic IP address with to the EC2 instance, we must need to know what are the conditions to assign the IP address and why it is really very important for an EC2 instance. So the first point, the elastic IP address is like whenever in future, like after creating the EC2 instance, if you need to restart, if you in some situation or in some circumstances you might need to restart your EC2 instance to do some important tasks or according to or some requirement to restart after installations of software on the server. So whenever you will restart the server, then the public IP address will get changed, and once the public IP address will get changed, then the domain name will not like work to access the website. Okay, or the IP address will not be found when domain will try to connect. Okay, or in the same way, basically the users won't able to access your website. Therefore it is really very important to assign the EC2 instance, like assign the elastic IP address to EC2 instance. So here you can see how we can assign the IP address. Okay, so to assign the new IP address, let me go ahead here. You can see here in network and security, you can see here elastic IPs. Okay, and you can also search from here elastic IPs. Here you can see in the feature section, right? So from here also we can land on that page. Okay, so you can see that it's opened now. So currently we already have one IP address, elastic IP address, but it is basically assigned to other EC2 instance, so we need to create a new one. Okay, so for that we need to click on allocate IP address, and from here keep this thing selected, Amazon's pool of IPv4 address. Like what Amazon does, Amazon keeps the record of all assigned elastic IP address, so that it can be like assigned easily to any new instance. So if you want to add a tag, then you can also add a tag. So let me do it here, test IP. Okay, and same thing, test IP. Okay, but it is not required or the mandatory thing to add a tag. Okay, so now let me allocate. So once I will click on that allocate, then you can see here, so you can see here we have got a new IP address 3.6.28.93. so this is our new IP address, but we need to assign this IP address with like to an EC2 instance, and the first one IP address is already assigned to my already running EC2 instance, so we need not to do anything. Okay, for that, and we need to assign, this is basically right now empty IP address, because you can see here in the associated instance ID there is nothing here, you can see. Okay, it's blank. So what we need to do, we need to select this checkbox. Okay, and from this, like after selecting the checkbox, let me first give it a meaningful name so that we can separate the process. Okay, so let me give it my main, because it's my already running instance, and this is test. Okay, so let me click on save. So now I'm going to assign this, like, and this IP address to our created instance, the instance which we have created in the last video. So let me, or we can also assign any like with any instance, there is not any with the mandatory thing. So let me go ahead and click on actions, and from here let me click on, so you can see here there is three options here: view details, release, and associate. So release means it will be removed and again submitted to the AWS. Okay, so we need not to remove like release right now, so I am going to click on associate elastic IP address. So once I will click on that part, then here we are having an option to choose the instance. So the test instance is our already running instance, and my test instance is my already running instance, and current instance is my currently running instance. So I will, so in the last video we had created the current instance, so I will choose this one, the current. Okay, and from here we need to choose a private IP address. So this private IP address belongs to this instance, therefore that's why we are able to see it here. Okay, so, or we can also double check it. Let me go ahead from here, not from here, basically from here I will go to EC2 instance to check whether it is coming, like we are able to see the correct IP address or not. Then I will go here in instance, and from here I will select this current, and here we can see this is the private IP address 172.31.41.93. so I will go again here, let me close this thing. Okay, so 41.93 is the and the initial is 172.31, so it's good. So now let me click on associate. So once I will click on associate, then the created elastic IP address will be assigned to this one, basically, like, let me, okay, basically this IP address is assigned to this instance ID, you can see here. Okay, this IP address is assigned to this instance ID, and we can verify it, the same thing. So currently you can see here we don't have any elastic IP address. Right here you can see it's empty, and let me refresh the page again. Okay, so let it load, it may take some time. Okay, so now it's completed the loading. Okay, and now let me check this current instance checkbox. So you can see here, let me scroll a little bit. So you can see here it's the elastic IP address which is assigned to the current instance, and now whenever we will restart the server, then our public IP address will never be changed. Okay, but always keep one thing in mind. whenever you will delete the instance, like from here go to, like by going to actions, here you can see we are having like option to terminate the instance. Okay, here you can see the terminate instance. So never terminate instance without releasing the IP address. Keep this thing in your mind. Never release the never terminate the instance without releasing the elastic IP address. If you will not do that, then you will always get the, like you will be charged for that in your bill. Okay, AWS will send you bill for reserving the elastic IP address, but till the time whenever you will the elastic IP address will be assigned with an instance, then it will, like AWS will not charge for that. Okay, so now we can access this IP from here, as we had already like hosted our site in earlier video. So let me just put it here, so you can see our site is working now. The new instance, like a new IP address. Let me also check it whether it's running on HTTPS or not. So you can see it's also running on HTTPS as well. So currently I do not have like the verified certificate, that's why we are getting this error, not secure, but that's okay. We can take that, like we will also see that part later, how we can configure the HTTPS or assign the certificate to our IP address or the instance. Okay, so currently this is the default page which you can see, and it's coming from the AWS server EC2 instance. Okay, so that's all in this video. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.